Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 48 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. I'm just getting on, taking a look at some things. Alright, these guys are still well harvested and stuff. It's pretty close to the point where I want to start playing with some of the new Thaumcraft stuff that's available, but I do want to get I don't want to say completely wrapped up, but get some more progress done on the applied energistics system that we've been working on for the last episode and a half. So what do we have so far? Well, we've got ME interface, which is providing the access to the logistics pipe system for us. As we know, we can use that guy right there to make what we want. What I want to make next is a golden gear. And that guy is going to begin getting crafted, and bada bing, bada boom, we should get lots of stuff. Hey, there we go. We've got stuff happening. Hey, nice. We've got gold gear. Cool. So it looks like that worked out pretty well, and I'm going to steal myself a provider logistics pipe. What this is going to do is it's going to provide items from the AE system to the LP system. I think that's how it works, something like that. Yeah. So what we're going to do is knock that guy off. I'm actually going to put the provider pipe here. So what that means now is without the provider pipe, okay, so let's take a look. If we went over to our remote orderer, it's actually not hooked up at all right now because it's broken because I broke it. But you know, let's set this up and give it a quick demonstration, shall we? Let's say I had it here. No, that looks like a bad spot to be. Why are you even an intersection? What is this existing for? Oh, right, that goes down there to my stuff. All right, never mind. Let's find another place to do this demonstration. Hey, here looks like a good spot. Remote orderer logistics pipe. Cool. And we'll just link this guy up to here. Connected to pipe. Cool. So you can see that there's very few things available to request. And this is the pipe, remember, that I had hooked up to my ender chest so that I could access stuff from the orange ender pouch. Okay, so very few items available to request. But if we were to come over here and get the provider logistics pipe, I believe it is. Yes. Oh yeah, look at that. That's providing things from the AE network to places where they want to be. I guess things are going somewhere. Cool. What that gives us is remote orderer. Ta-da! Now we have access to all our stuff again. Hooray! So it's basically you have access to your whole network. So what I think I should do then is maybe hook up my remote orderer logistics pipe right here. That looks like a nice spot. And I'll put my under chest right there next to it. Cool. And then we will, yoink, hook it up. So that if, per se, I want to be out in the field and say, you know what, I really could use maybe 10 pieces of iron, boom. It lands right in the AE chest, and I have access to the ender pouch and my irons once again available. And then when I'm done with it, or if I want to put stuff away, into the blue pouch you go, and sorting it happens. Nice. I like it. How are we for wood in here? Because I see wood is going all over the place. Wood, we've got a decent amount. I want to go check on my farm outside. I haven't checked on that in a bit now, and I'm kind of getting worried about my... Oh boy, that's definitely not a good sign. Oh, that's definitely not a good sign. Let's fix this, because we are about to be out of wood, which means we will be out of steam power, and nobody's going to like what happens then. How am I for wood here? We're alright so far, but I get the strong impression that we are very quickly not going to be alright. Why are you so low on charcoal already? Oh, your temperature dropped. Okay, good to know. Things are getting desperate. Let's get this fixed, shall we, guys? You know what I would really like to do? Oh, you know what? I really don't have enough diamonds for this. I really need more diamonds. It's crazy how much I have, like, all this crazy mining apparatus, but I still don't have enough diamonds. I'm going to be back in a minute once I come up with a good plan. You know what I could probably just do? Let's get... I just need to buy myself some time. Let's go with metal. Hey, there we go, reinforced metal. We have to repair the Steve's Cart Treefarm guy. Yeah, let's do that. I might need to come up with a better plan for wood production. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll come up with a better wood production plan. First, let me find my Steve's Cart Treefarm. Where are you hiding, my good sir? I need to repair this thing. He probably ran out of durability, and I'll throw one more hardened into it. There he is. Cool. Fix that thing, would you? Thank you. Alright, this will start running soon. We'll start getting wood, but I still don't think we're getting enough wood to kind of satisfy the needs. So I think we should maybe work on getting some more stuff, but we'll see. I'll be back in a minute. I need to do some more AE stuff this episode and get us some more power. Alright guys, so as a quick kind of let's get things working again just to make sure that we don't have any problems too soon, I'm going to go ahead and throw a stack of coal into the keep supplied thing. That should go ahead and pull some coal out of our AE system and zip it right down here for us so that it'll keep both charcoal and coal in here. It'll continue to use charcoal as much as it can, and then it'll start eating through my coal supplies. We'll see how that goes. And hopefully by the time I've burned through them, and by the way, coal lasts a lot longer in here. 1.6k heat. Well, I guess it's about the same, isn't it? I thought coal was better than charcoal, but I might be wrong. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, one way or another, it'll last a little while until we get things sorted out. I got a lot of coal, and I converted most of my coal blocks into coal. Nice. So as we may remember from last episode, we wanted to make a conversion matrix. We were setting that up in our auto crafting system, which we can see here. But we have one little problem. The conversion matrix requires an ME basic processor, which needs to be smelted. So how do we teach the AE system how to smelt stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's set it up. It's really not too hard. All we need, first off, is some redstone energy conduits and a redstone furnace. That sounds good. Do I want to do this with a redstone furnace, or do I want to do it with an induction furnace? See, the thing is, as it smelts, the system's waiting. So if I set it up with a redstone furnace, we have to wait for a full smelting operation to occur, which isn't too long. But if I used induction furnace, well, let's just say it would be a little bit quicker. So, I'm thinking I am going to go induction furnace. How's that sound? Doesn't sound like a terribly bad idea. All right. Let me get the stuff going to make... I'm going to make an induction furnace and a macerator just to get going for now. Alright guys, I just did a little bit of redoing of some of the pipes off camera here. I hope you like the way it looks because it's kind of staying the way it is. Sorry. What I wanted to do here is make sure that I can kind of install these guys relatively close to where the other furnaces and things were. So I'm going to actually place them right here. The macerator and the induction furnace are ready to go. So macerator, induction furnace. Oh, yeah, why not? Let's go ahead and throw a lever on there just to make sure that everybody's happy and running all the time. Cool. I guess I could probably just throw it right. Maybe... Can I throw it on the bottom? That might not be terrible. Hey, yeah, look at that. Cool. You're going to start heating up for me, I believe. So we'll let that thing get ready. Cool. So I did away with some things here, removed some stuff. Got it kind of all looped around, hiding a little bit better. This way I can, you know, get some things in line here. So we've got our induction furnace ready to run. We've got our macerator ready to run. Now what we want to make is an interface. I don't know how to make those, do I? Well, they're not too hard to make. Well, I do know how to make them, but let's do this. Let's go ahead and put it in here. But I also want to teach this guy how to make the interface. So there you are in code. Oh, we're out of blank patterns. So let's go ahead and request a few more. Blank pattern, let's say 10 more. I go with usually about 10 at a time. They use up a good amount of glowstone and a couple other things, so you don't want to have, you know, too large a request going. So the interface here is, like I told you, your interface between other piping systems and other ways of moving items around. But it can also be used to interact with other machines. So first off, we're going to need some more cabling. I've got about 5 of those, but I can craft maybe 10 more? Hey, yeah, look at that. Perfect. How cool was that, huh? All right, so let's say we want to teach this thing how to smelt stuff. So what we do is we place the interface right there like that. Let's see, where can I run some stuff? I want to run these a little bit behind. So let's go back here. I'm actually going to run this cable kind of parallel to my piping, at least for now. And this is where we get into the point of like, hey, do we want to just completely switch to straight up applied energistics? Maybe someday we do. Just because, like, hey, having all this piping and wiring and everything else going through all over the place could get a little bit dicey after a while. As a matter of fact, let's run you up here. There we go. So now the interface is able to connect to our AE network. Okay, this guy is going to get a blank pattern, and what we can do is first off we teach this thing how to make the basic processor. So let's look up processors. All right, all we need to do is say basic assembly processor works like this. Cool. Now the one other thing that we're going to need to know about this is it requires the quartz cutting knife, and it requires silicon, which we need to teach that thing how to work, but we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so once we know how to make a basic processor, let's see, do we have things for it? Begin one. No, see, we're missing silicon. All right, well, we'll get to that in a minute. Basically, what we do then is, well, let's go with the silicon because we're going to need that anyway. So let's go basic processor. Silicon is either nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust. Now, take it from me. Your options here are to use either nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust. Even though I have more Certus quartz dust right now, it's much more rare than nether quartz. Nether quartz is really easy to get. So trust me when I tell you you're going to want to go ahead and use the nether quartz dust. So let's teach it. All right. So do we have any silicon in the network? No, we don't. So let's smelt some up first. So nether quartz gets me silicon. And then I'm going to get some more nether quartz dust. All right, another piece of it. And all we got to do is teach the pattern encoder 1 nether quartz dust equals 1 silicon. Oh, no, not there. In there. Yes, encode. Cool. So now what happens is, now here's a tip. If you throw this into the molecular pattern assembly, see how it has a red background? That's telling you it's not a valid crafting recipe. It does not equate that when you craft in a crafting table, nether quartz becomes silicon. You have to smelt it. So if you do accidentally throw it in there, you'll get that background of red. You'll know that you've done something wrong. Instead, you place it in the processing line of the ME interface. Okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to know that it's going to place it into an adjacent item. By default, it'll kind of find the nearest adjacent one, but you can also hit this guy with a wrench to point it in the right direction. You're probably going to want to do that. I mean, it's not totally necessary, but if you have other stuff nearby, just trust me, it's a good idea. Okay. From there, you know what? Let's jump down into bat mode because I actually want to get under here. And do I have any more of these gold cables? I do. Good. Actually going to, I think, if I can, change things up a little bit. Probably going to have to take you off too. Not easy. See what I mean about cables and piping and all kinds of stuff everywhere? Let's do I have any more? Good. Connect these guys here. Now everybody can talk and are friends again. We'll get this guy coming underneath. There we go. Now they've got power again. We'll throw the lever on this side, I guess. And then what we're going to need next, okay, so what happens is when we request silicon and say begin crafting, it's going to say, hey, I know what I need to do. I need to go ahead and craft that. It's going to say it's currently crafting it. It dropped it in here. However, this guy is not going to automatically pull the silicon out of the induction furnace. We need another item to do that. For that, we're going to need an export bus. So let's make one. There's 3 different kinds. We're going to go with just a basic export bus. These things can get more interesting like later down the line, which we'll probably get to, but for now we'll just go with a basic export bus, which is going to basically require a piston and some redstone. You'll also note that all my cobble is in a barrel, so you can't shift click it. I should probably say, hey, go ahead and keep a stack or 2 in here at all times or something, but for now, that's the export bus. So the basic export bus can export items out of the system, but I actually derped and that's not what I want. I want the import bus. Export exports from the AE system, so it sends items into chests or inventories. Import imports it into the AE system, so it pulls it out of chests and inventories into the AE system. So that's what we want. Import bus. So let's do that again. We want another one of you. All right, so now I have to have a lot of fun. Let's make ourselves the basic processor again. Smelt it. There we go. Now I can go for another conversion matrix and maybe do it right this time. Import bus. And again, we're just going to go with a basic one, and I'll explain the difference between basic, fuzzy, and precision later down the line. There we go. So this guy requires a sticky piston. And now we should be pretty good to go. Cable here, basic import, cable here. Now we're talking. So the basic import bus basically goes on the side of the machine and can, if I zip into bat mode, it might be easier to get this on here. You basically want to face it towards the machine that you're going to be pulling items out of. So we're going to put it like right there. Ta-da! And it's pulling the stuff. Cool. We can break this guy. We don't need him there. Good deal. So now we're talking. Look at that. It pulled the silicon out. So now See how much silicon we have? We should have 1 in there. If I request it, it's going to send the nether quartz dust into the induction furnace. It's going to get cooked up, and then the import bus sucks it right back into the AE system, and it's completed the crafting recipe, and this guy is happy. Cool. So that's how you do that. We're going to want another one of these guys in a minute, so let's also teach it. Let's say make a basic processor for me. Can you do that now? Yes, you can. Cool. Well, we're going to want another one, actually. Thank you. And we're going to go ahead in here and cook it. If you're fast, you can get it out before the import bus sucks it into the network. And then we're going to come over here and say, hey, you becomes you. And you're good to go. Cool. Oh, wrong pattern. It has to go in the cooker. Now we're happy. So now, start to finish, I should be able to say, make me a basic processor. And you'll see that first it's going to make silicon, and it's going to go ahead and make the basic processor for me, and then it's done. So if we look, we've got a basic processor. And now, I should be able to straight up make an interface. Begin. Cool. And we don't have to hook up a cable to the back of the interface. And here's a good example of when you might want to make sure it's facing down. If you didn't specify that, it might have thrown it into this macerator, or it might have thrown it into here. I don't think it throws into adjacent interfaces anymore, but it's always possible, so just be aware that you should probably face it the right direction. So this is things that can pulverize. For example, if we want to grab some nether quartz and some nether quartz dust, we can now teach our system how to make nether quartz dust out of nether quartz. Encode, go, good. You go into here. And all we need is another one of those import buses. And what I could do if I really wanted to be awesome about it is teach it how to make the import bus. It's just a matter of piston, code, sticky piston. Let's see, you gonna give me a slime ball here or what? Glue, there we go, encode. And then you should be here. Trust me, when you start auto-crafting your AE stuff, it's going to totally help out a lot. And you know what, since I'm at it, why don't I do my export bus as well? Basic export bus encode, just because eventually we'll probably need it. So now if we come over here, you should know how to make a basic import bus. Begin. And you'll see it's crafting all the stuff it needs ahead of time, and it's taking care of it. It's requesting the cobble, it's requesting this and that. There it goes, and we've got ourselves awesome ME basic import bus. And you're going to go right onto the back of this machine here, the macerator, and we've got automatic crafting with both the macerator and the furnace. Now, if we wanted to be really smart, we should probably not trap ourselves in the wall. If you wanted to be really, really smart, and I mean extra smart, we would throw some overclockers in there, because when we do have to macerate, it's going to take a long time. As we know, the macerator without overclockers, so when I requested it, what would happen is we'd have to sit there and wait for this process to occur. So at some point I'll throw some overclockers in there. For now, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We've got auto crafting with machines with applied energistics. Hope you guys like that. We'll be right back. Oh, you know what, guys? I have a good idea for an emergency backup, at least to get me up and running faster or semi-faster. Why don't I come over here? I have a ton of wheat and seeds. Like, I'm voiding wheat at this point. So why am I still running this farm again? Anybody know? I don't know. I forget why. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. Let's get rid of it. What I'm going to do is just grab my soldering iron and, yoink, pop this guy right out of there. That will turn this into a managed arboretum, which can, you guessed it, automatically take care of planting trees. So let's, whoa boy, that's a lot of downwardness that I didn't want to go down. All right, let's try that again, somewhere less dangerous. That'll work. All right, so if we came over here, and let's go ahead and request some saplings. Oh good, I have plenty. Let's go with a stack. Okay, that'll do. Not that we even need to keep saplings supplied, really, do we? Probably not. Let's just come over here and see what we're doing. So we've got an extractor module here, and we've got a supplier that's just keeping fertilizer in. All right, so let's grab all of our seeds and replace them with saplings. Cool. That ought to do. Let's also zip over to here, because I don't need you anymore, really, to be honest with you. Ow. Only thing this is really kind of doing for me is working on my... Alright, that's enough. I should really get some armor into this armor. Yeah, I said it. Come on, plant. It's interesting, it won't plant. Huh, okay. Maybe it wants light. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's get back outside. Now, let's turn this thing into a managed arboretum. What do you say? All we need to do, really, is... I think... I'm actually going to clean this up a little bit. So let's get rid of this thing, because we don't really need it anymore, believe it or not. As a result of updated Thaumcraft, this whole setup no longer necessary. So you can move. It was a cool setup, believe me. I was very proud with how well it worked. It's just not really necessary anymore. So let's throw you down. Let's throw the jar down. There you go. That should start filling up nicely. And what we should see is this guy turning into a tree farm eventually. What I want to do, though, to speed up the process, I'm kind of curious. I really am not sure how well this will work. But I'm going to do that and see what happens. So if you start harvesting very quickly, is this just going to start... Alright, so no, it's not. Alright, good to know. Good to know. So let's do this. You ready? Yeah, because it's no longer a farm, let's get some dirt. It's not going to harvest the wheat because it's no longer a farm. See how awesome that is? If I cover up all the water, all the farmland should get destroyed. And it won't replant the farmland because it's no longer a wheat farm, but now a tree farm. There we go. And let's see you guys later. Actually, let me clean up my inventory a little bit here. You guys can go. The button can go away. The intricate circuit board, the timer and repeater. Heck, I don't even need the soldering iron anymore, or the wheat. Sickle? Aha. Cool. So that should be pretty close to working. And our farmland should now be converting back into regular old dirt, I would think. Maybe... Oh, you know what else we need to do? Right. I need to get... For the tree farm, we need... Oh, you ready for this? I'm going to pronounce it correctly, I promise. Ah, there we go. We do need to break and replace the tree farm. There it is. Nice. Now it's working. Just need a good old break replace. That should straighten things out. I guess it didn't like the dirt being there, in fact, and has to replace it with its own special magic dirt. Otherwise known as humus. Yeah, I love pronouncing that, you can tell. It was kind of an old joke. I always never pronounced it right. I always said hummus, and everybody's like, no, it's not hummus, it's humus. And I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know. I'm just going to clear out like a bunch of stuff, and hopefully that will be good enough. That looks pretty solid. Yeah, I'll replace this all and fill it back in properly in a bit, but at least now I kind of know where things are supposed to be. There we go. And besides, it'll give me a bunch of dirt, which I can use to... Hey, nice, there we are. You, dirt, go. Cool. That'll start planting the farm out, and then I can replace a bunch of this dirt in a minute. Let's request a little bit more. Let's say that much. Oh yeah. This should help supplement my wood needs. So between this tree farm and this tree farm, we should be in good shape. Let's head back and disable the coal thing. And hopefully... Who needs elevators? Alright, no more coal. You, get out of there. No more coal being stocked. Okay? Good. And you're back to wood. Everything's happy. I think we'll be in good shape here. This will at least run for a little while, and then what we'll do is kind of just wait a little bit. See, look, it's planting it all. Good. You guys are behaving perfectly. We'll keep an eye on this thing for a little bit, and we'll just kind of see what happens. And after a while, I think we'll have more wood than we'll know what to do with. Nice. And with these things cruising, wow, it's going to be awesome. They seem to be affecting the leaves. I don't know if that's making it grow extra apples or what the deal is. It might be. We have a lot of apples there. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. In fact, it's running so fast, I might need to upgrade the extractor pipe. That would be funny. What do I have on here? I think I just have an extractor module Mark 1. Yeah. I don't think that's going to work. Alright, let's request a golden chipset. Thank you. Come here, you. This will at least keep me going, and what I plan to do is I'm going to throw the Galgadorian drill in there, and hopefully the Galgadorian drill will be sufficient. Heck, that might not even be fast enough. I might need to throw a Mark 3 in. We'll see. Seems to be kind of speeding up a little bit, maybe. If the Galgadorian drill is faster, which I think it is, it might make it so that the Steve's Cards tree farm can self-sustain itself. If not, we'll need both farms for a little bit until I can kind of clean things up. Alright, looks like I mostly have everything here, though I would expect... That's interesting. Where'd these guys go? There we go. That should be good. Alright, back in a few minutes. And for the record, I do need to upgrade this guy to a Mark III. Because, yeah, it's just not keeping up. That is a lot of wood production. I mean, that's just hilarious. I assume you're emptying this thing out? Mark III module, go. Come on. You should be able to pulling things out like crazy. You know what? I'm going to get a basic logistics pipe here. Oh, I don't have any. Oh well. Do I have any kind of logistics pipe? Really doesn't matter. Hey, a chassis pipe. That should be fine. Doesn't actually need something in it, but I've got a bunch of them because I broke a bunch of things, so this should fix. Now everybody's talking and happy. You going to go crazy pulling stuff out now, I hope? It's probably just trying to figure out where it can store all this stuff. I'm going to tell it... Maybe I should set up a barrel over here for wood. As silly as that sounds. Alright, so we've got a barrel, we've got AE system, we've got plenty of wood now. I think between the tree farm outside and the Steve's Cars tree farm and the forestry tree farm, we'll be in pretty good shape. That was just a nice, easy solution. Like I said, we'll upgrade the Steve's Cars tree farm pretty soon. And unfortunately, I think that brings us right up to about the wrapping up point for the episode. What I think I want to do is one more quick install. I do want to have another crafting terminal here. So let's see, ME crafting terminal. I need a storage cell and an ME access terminal. So I'll need a conversion matrix. Begin. Go. Make it so. It's going to take care of everything for me. Come on now. There it is. Cool. See how you kind of want that to have a really fast smelting speed, because if you wanted to sit there for 5 minutes waiting for that thing to process, it would be rough. So we'll get our ME access terminal. We also want a storage cell. Begin. That'll make that real quick. And then we can make the crafting terminal. Cool. Just a quick workbench and we'll be in good shape. And let's get the crafting monitor as well. So ME crafting monitor. We just need one of those basic guys. So he's going to cook, throw everything together, and now we're talking. And what I'd like to do is finally get some cable. How are we for that stuff? Can I grab, I don't know, 10 more? That should be sufficient. What I'd like to do is install these guys up here. Cool. So I don't really need a crafting station anymore at all. So I'm debating how exactly I want to do this. And I don't think I need my tool tinkering station here either. So what I'm thinking is, where do I want my crafting setup to be? Like, usually I'll have it like in a wall or something. Maybe like right here I'll have the crafting monitor. You know what? No, I don't want the crafting monitor. I want the crafting terminal there, and I'll have the crafting monitor above it. That's just how I'm used to having it set up. And if you guys want to set it up however you want, have a blast. But I'm going to go down here. Okay, that's good to know that that's right there. Oh look, Certus quartz. I'm just going to run a cable right from that guy straight into here. Just a matter of finding a good way to do it that doesn't kind of get too much in the way. I'm thinking something like here, straight down, and we'll loop back around there. Ta-da! Those guys should now be connected. Nice, which means I have access to my AE system upstairs now, and I can just put stuff away and do whatever I want. And with that, guys, I think I'm going to have to say it's wrapping up point. So this is Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, as always. I really do. Hope you're having fun with the series so far. We've got so much more cool stuff to build and check out. We've got a really solid applied energistics system. I'm really happy with it because it's going to really increase our ability to do all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to have to come up with something new to do in this room, but overall, we've got good things going. I'm going to run my quarry a little bit more. I want to give you guys give you a little bit of a warning with the quarry. Be careful with the turtles. They do tend to actually have a problem being moved. I've recently discovered this, so I should give you guys that warning. Be careful moving them with frames. They just don't behave well. I'll go into more detail in a future episode, but I have a workaround and a solution that I think will fix things up. All right, guys. Direwolf20 signing off. Take it easy.